Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to today's reading. I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. And we do things completely differently around here. So with that being said, if the message happens to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. Alright, so today we did have a channeled message. So as your shift is being recognized by the world, we're going to be using the Goddess, Gods, and Guardians Oracle to find out what more Source would like to bring forth for us. So Source, my fellow human shift is being recognized by the world. What would you like to share with us today? Their shift is being recognized by the world. What oracle card is going to help us better understand this message today, Source? My fellow human shift is being recognized by the world. Thank you. All right. On the bottom, wow, we've got Aphrodite, the goddess of love, with eternal love. So you're going to be receiving a lot of things that you're going to love and be super grateful for. But I also feel like this is that reminder that the more you love and invest in yourself, the easier it is to be in the vibration to receive those blessings. You know, Aphrodite, she was loved by everybody, but she was also known as the goddess who would never find love because really, let's be honest, no one was good enough for her. She was totally in love with herself. And that's not a bad thing. It's not, right? And so I feel like this is just that reminder to keep loving on yourself, right? Keep taking care of yourself. Keep delving into that divine feminine. Even if you're masculine on here, opening up to your divine feminine is very powerful because that's what helps us to heal the toxic masculine energy that's been running rampant in the world for far too long. And this helps you to be in that very receptive, beautiful, loving, caring and nurturing energy that is needed at this time. So the world is recognizing your shift. Your shift is being recognized by the world, Source. What would you like to share more with my fellow humans? Their shift is being recognized by the world. What more would you like to come through? I keep hearing that. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Right? What is that? A Whitney Houston song? Yeah, but I want to dance with somebody. It's like your shift is being recognized and your soul tribe is coming in. The people, and also with Aphrodite on the bottom, this could be you manifesting the love that you've wanted for a long time. It's coming in because your vibration is raising to that place where you're now in an energy that you're ready to receive it. You're not fighting any longer. You're not in that place of like trying to let go of the past, or you're no longer trying to hold on to what maybe wasn't serving you, right? So you're in this place of really truly letting go. So wow, we have the first house. We have Venus energy. Of course we do, with Aphrodite coming in, the goddess of Venus. Oh my goodness. And we've got Virgo. Yeah, the Virgin energy. This is like a purity coming in. You're purifying your soul. You're not the person you once were. And it's being recognized by everybody. This is no longer a, oh, hey, where are you at? Like, what's going on? They're like, whoa, you're a totally different person. We don't even know you. Like, we'll have to get to know you now because we don't know you anymore. You're becoming incredibly magnetic. Your beauty is next level. Your shine, your light, your illumination, your success, it's all coming to fruition. This is love, finances, abundance, material possessions, self-worth, self-value, self-love, all these things you've worked so hard at, you've planned and you've shown up and you did the work, and the work became a part of who you were. It was no longer about being motivated because you were disciplined, and that discipline helped you to show up, and it became a part of who you were, and it is a part of who you are now. But now it's not something you're fighting against. You're realizing, I just need to do this. I just need to show up and work out, or I just need to show up and eat healthy, or I just need to show up and take care of myself, because these are all things that help you really connect with your higher self and in alignment. And this is what's been helping you shift. This might have taken a long time. I'm talking about a long time. When you said I was dedicated for a long time, but I didn't know I needed to be dedicated for this long of a time, okay? All right. It took a long time, but it's worth it, because I feel like you yourself have recognized the shift within, and now the world is recognizing it as well. The world doesn't see the same person they once did. So whether you have an online presence or not, it could be family and friends. This could just be people you've always known, people you grew up around. This could be an online presence that you have. Everybody that knows you sees the beautiful energy that you're exuding. They also recognize that they can no longer get away with the things that they once got away with you. They are seeing that your kindness was never weakness. It was always your greatest strength. Yeah, something about your kindness coming through very strongly right now. We're going to get some cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot today. So Source, my fellow human shift is being recognized by the world. What more would you like to say? You found the key to freedom. You've unlocked a key. You've unlocked a door. Okay. What else, Source? Okay. Wow, right away. Now I have that song stuck in my head. I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Okay, the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. You withdrew from everybody. You basically said, guess what? I'm going into solitude. Everybody looked at it as isolation. They were like, holy crap, what? You don't want to deal with people? And you're like, no, really, I don't. Why? Why should I want to deal with people? You guys all take me for granted. You guys all treat me like crap. You guys are not all on the same journey as I'm on. You guys all think I'm crazy or whatever the situation is. Right? And you're saying, I'm just drawing out. I'm stepping away because I need to step up for myself. And it's like what you once gave. You used to give something so freely, without reserve. Like, you're just like, if someone was suffering, maybe you immediately went to go and help. If someone was having a hard time, you immediately, like, it's a helping energy. You helped. And it's anything. It could be helping with anything, but it's something you did without reserve. You just didn't hold back. It was, oh my gosh, this person is suffering and I'm going to ease their suffering. And it fell onto you, but you recognize that no one did that for you. All these people that you helped, and no one did that for you. And this feels like you decided at some point to say enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. I can't be that person that you need. I can't be that support system for you anymore. I can't be the one that's always lifting your butt up off the ground and you keep stepping on my hands and toes like it don't matter. So you hit the off switch. And you hit the off switch and it went dark for everybody. The light got let out. They were like, whoa, why did it get so dark? That's because you left. You left and you weren't going to look back. And you didn't look back. And now you might be reemerging. And as you're reemerging, there's all kinds of suffering and there's all kinds of chaos, like it always is. That's the world. That's life. Life never stops just because we withdraw. And I feel like you're not mad about that. I feel like you recognize that and you knew things were going to happen when you came back and you stepped back in and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're back. Great, cool. Well, I need you to do this. And you're like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're experiencing that. I'm sorry that it's so rough, but good luck. And it left everybody speechless. And now they cannot deny that you are a different person than you once were. You were not who you were when you chose to step away. You worked hard on yourself. You created a different person by unveiling who you were to yourself. And now you're emotionally sound. You're emotionally capable of handling anything that comes your way in your own life. And I also feel like that's the boundary for you. It's like, if it's my life, I'm going to show up 100%. But if it's everybody else's life, I need them to show up 100% because I can't do this. I can't carry them anymore. That's what this really feels like. You know, the spider, if you think, like, look at the spider in this 8 of coins. It's like the spider doesn't expect the fly just to feed it. No, the spider does all this magnificent work, builds this beautiful web, and the web that the spider built is what catches the fly. Thus, the spider created its own source of food, its own source of income, if you will. Right? It didn't lie around and wait for other spiders to come and feed it. It didn't lie around and wait for the bugs to say, oh, you must be hungry, spider. Let me just offer my life. But it waited patiently, and it took the time to build what it needed to build so that it could find sustenance, so that it could find life. And now you're full of life. And everybody wants a part of that. And that's the thing. That's the key. That's what you opened. You opened the doorway that not everybody can cross the threshold. Only a select few will ever be able to cross that threshold with you. And people are feeling that absence from you. And people are feeling that shift. And they're realizing they should have given more, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's yesterday's news, baby. That's yesterday's news, and we can't change yesterday's news because it's already said and done. And I read that newspaper, and my heart went out to everybody. But I realized that my heart had to go out to myself because I was a headliner in that newspaper. They miss you. They miss you. Let them miss you. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. But I'll tell you what, the people who miss you the most, they'll come back. But let them come back as they will. Don't try to force them into a box that you think they should fit into, right? We have the South Node on the bottom of the deck, destined to release. Right. You can't force them into this box of fitting into this idea of what you thought that they could be in your life, because that's not being authentic. That's not being true, not to yourself and not to them. You have to allow them to show up how they will. But it doesn't mean you're not without your compassion, without your emotion, your intuition, your spirituality. We have water energy here with Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It doesn't mean you're without your kindness. But it's one thing to be kind, and it's another thing to drag people along. And that's what you've stopped doing. And now the world realizes that, and they feel that. House 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. You had to look out for number 1. And I feel like for many of you, that might have been a massive challenge to look out for yourself. Right? You've got House 1 up here and you've got House 1 here. Like, I feel like this was a big challenge for you because you were always taught to put others first, or it was just natural for you to put others first. Look, I can't. We got the spider, so synchronistic. Make your dreams real. What? 56, which is 11. Spiritual enlightenment. Now you're creating for yourself. And people, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to react. That's cool. Let them sit in stupor. Why? Because you did that. You did that for yourself. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide, and it has. And it will continue to provide. Why? Because you've chosen to love yourself. What else would you like to say today? My fellow human shift is being recognized by the world. Oh, they want one more of this one. Okay. One more, source. What else would you like to say? On the bottom of the deck, we have moment's notice. Fortune rides a swift slipstream. Position yourself to plunge into its path. Stay alert and seize swiftly. Yeah, so things are happening for you very quickly. This could be an abundance of money, like an abundance of money coming in, an abundance of love, an abundance of success, an abundance of all of the above. What else? It feels like you've made a way for you to attain things that everybody else feels is impossible, but we have difference coming out here. Different road, different future, different choice, different destiny. Instead of trying to have everybody follow the same road, the same destiny as you, you left them to their own destiny and choices. And now they're where they're at, and you're where you're at, and you're miles ahead. What is that song? Got miles to go before I sleep. I don't know who sings that song, but miles to go before I sleep. That's the line that's coming out. I don't know. It's a really slow song. I couldn't even like sing you the melody right now because it's been ages since I've heard it. It's like, I've got miles to go before I sleep. And that's the thing. And it's like you're at the end of those miles resting and enjoying. Solo, core figure, action leader, and a lone hero. You became your own hero. And you're doing the thing. Whatever it is, you're doing it. One more source. Whoa, empty. Yeah. Clean, purify, empty, practice. Yeah, this is like an empty mind. An empty mind is where manifestation begins. You purified your energy. On the bottom, we have flirt. So showing love is coming in for some of you. Seduce, lover, and lust. So there's going to be someone who comes in and is like, yo, baby. Hi, baby. Hi. I'm Randy for you. Okay. Austin Powers. What the heck? Oh my gosh. You're a goofy person. You must be. Oh, that's funny. Universe within. Your thoughts influence your reality. Choose hopeful, positive ones. Clarify your core beliefs. That's what you did. And you reconnected with Source, and that reconnection helped you better understand what it was that you wanted to create. And you realized you didn't want people in your life anymore who didn't give a damn about you. Excuse me, I don't usually curse. It just came out before I could even stop it. But you don't want people in your life like that anymore. You want people who are going to be there for you, with you, and help you grow the way that you do for everyone else. And sometimes we have to let go of everybody that we know in order to find people who are more aligned with us. Light of logic. Reason illuminates the path less traveled. Trust logic to navigate life's complexity. Logic leads and confusion fades. That's it. That's it. You logically looked at this situation. I don't want to be in that energy anymore. I don't want to have to go through that anymore. I'm going to choose myself. Because myself is where I know I'm going to get the love that I need. And I know that once I do that, I'm going to call in people who are more aligned. Gemstone trap. Amidst sparkling treasures, the brightest jewel often hides the deepest cut. Seek worth, not just shine. Yeah, it wasn't about being validated by others any longer. That lost its luster. The whole of the world has been seeking to be validated by everyone else, and it gets really old after a time. And when you stop seeking validation from others, like, it's not just about saying it. When you really believe it in your heart of hearts, you're like, I don't need people's validation. I don't need them to like me. I don't need them to love me. I don't need them to want me. I don't need any of that. When you really believe it in your heart of hearts, you shine differently. People, and it's funny because when you feel that way, all of a sudden everybody wants to be in your life. And they'll always come back. Mystery. So now everybody sees you as this very mysterious person. And they're going to all watch you succeed. Happiness. Yeah, you found happiness. You've healed your sacral chakra. You're more in touch with your emotions now. You're more in touch with yourself. So let's take a look at this card. I'm going to read this from the book. Oh, that song keeps coming. I got miles to go before I sleep. Please, if you know, comment it down below. That helps others, and it also helps me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage. Wow. With the love card. There's someone here that you let go of. Maybe an ex. This could have been an ex. This could have been an ideal partner. And I put quotations around it where it's like maybe you were waiting for someone to get their stuff together and they never did. And you're like, wow, I'm really tired of waiting for this person. Like, I need to let them live their life. This could have been people around you. Like I said, it's like something you gave without a thought. And now you came back to divine union. But for you to get both the sacred marriage card and we have Aphrodite, and underneath that we have the Avalon priestess energy, all divine feminine energy. All divine feminine energy here. Okay? So there's been an intuitive awakening. You're now in touch with who you are and what it is that you want. Let's read Mary Magdalene from the book. Oh my gosh, didn't I say maybe let go of a labeled relationship? I can't. The first line, you are your own twin flame. I just want to stop there for just a second. I'm going to keep reading, but let's pause there. Let's let that sink in. You are your own twin flame. You. Spiritual wholeness leads to new experiences of intimacy and love. Look, and it says here, Mary Magdalene was the author of a gospel and chief apostle to the disciples. She has roots in Gnosticism, where she's worshipped as an aspect of the Holy Sophia. Her Ankh pendant signifies her role as a priestess of the Egyptian goddess Isis. Mary holds the Shekinah flame, the feminine aspect of God. We talked about the divine feminine with Aphrodite. She presides over the twin flame union, a self-knowledge journey that brings higher consciousness to partnerships. Not a 3D connection, a higher consciousness to partnerships. The Temple of Magdalene is a space for deep spiritual and sexual healing. Your soul, and didn't I say that you've been healing your sacral chakra? Oh my gosh. And it's on page 111. I can't make this stuff up. This is crazy. Can you see that right there? 111. Okay. Your soul has an ancient connection to this temple, and memories of the twin flame union are now being stirred. As you awaken the holiest feminine and masculine energies inside your heart, you'll be working deeply on yourself and awakening to your soul's light. The process can span many years. Your healing journey is about becoming whole. All of your life, you've been preparing to create a relationship that reflects that inner wholeness. It's not a partnership based on image-driven ideals of perfection, nor is it based on patching up each other's wounds. It's a conscious relationship in which both people take responsibility for their own lives and soul growth. Mary says, before you can experience sacred marriage with another, you need to come home to your own inner twin flame. She gives you a red rose, her symbol of the beloved, to signify that you're choosing the sacred marriage inside yourself first. In perfect timing, you'll merge with a partner who reflects your own completeness. Trust that your heart knows what it's doing to build a synergetic experience of true love that leads the world to higher consciousness. Now, I just want to say before I continue, right now, she's never ever saying that it has to be the person you think is your twin flame, which is such a concept, right? We have to stop holding on to the 3D connection and let go and live in the divine union in the higher realms. That's what it's about. But sometimes that's so hard because we're so attached to identifying excuse me, with this person and with this 3D union, but it's not about the 3D union. And I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. They're like, oh, you're wrong. It's this, it's that. I can appreciate that. But I have spent so much time with Source on this because of my own twin flame journey And I've learned so much through healing and coming back to oneness, coming back to wholeness. I've recognized that they are their own person and they are their own choice to live their own life. And if that means that they're choosing to live consciously without me, because that's their journey, I'm okay with that. But if you're not okay with your person choosing to consciously live without you, that's where healing comes from. And it's so interesting that this is saying that your shift is being recognized by the world, because I feel like this is the very shift that's happening as you're letting go of the 3D concept. I wasn't expecting this to be about a love relationship, but here we are. It's kind of undeniable with the Mary Magdalene card, Aphrodite, and this Avalon Priestess coming in. You're not being recognized for your success. What you're being recognized for is your spiritual awakening. This is an initiation of times, where things begin to slow down around you and where you begin to take sacred knowledge out of the stars themselves. Wow. You're a powerful spiritual teacher with a mission to bring Sekina, feminine force of divinity, to humanity. Clear the vibrational imprint of past lovers through energy work. Work on your relationship in couples therapy. Incorporate sacred ritual into your love life. The invocation here is, I am whole and complete. I am ready to create a sacred experience of intimacy. Oh my gosh, this was such a next level. This was next level energy here. So many of you are waiting for your twin, and it's not about waiting for them, because when we're in a place of waiting, we're showing source that we're in a place of lack, and we're feeling like we lack that within ourselves. So rather than waiting, come into alignment with yourself, your inner self, and realize that it's already here. Not the 3D union. The union already exists within you. It's existed within you for all of time. But because we see outside of ourselves, them not being in our energy right now physically, we believe that we're separate from them. And that's never, ever, 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 no matter how many evers I could ever say, will ever be the truth. It won't. It just won't, because you're already in union with them. In the spiritual realm, you are one soul incarnate in two bodies. That's the thing. And it's one is the divine feminine, one is the divine masculine, but we get so caught up on, oh, this is the ultimate love relationship of all times. But it's not the physical love that we're looking for. It's about coming back home to ourselves. It's always been about coming back home to ourselves. It's never been about the relationship, but so many spiritual teachers out there are making it about the relationship, which continues to disconnect us from our sacred path and our sacred journey. We're here to bring healing, love, and light into the world, and that's a much more powerful place to be at than to be with our twin in the physical. And everybody's like, oh, you do more healing work with your twin in the physical. You do more than this when you're together. Right? But if we can't learn how to do that with ourselves, how are we ever going to be able to manifest that with our person? We have to let them go. Not because we're saying I'm done, but because we're saying I choose myself. So I feel like when you do that, and as you're doing that, stepping into your divine feminine power, the shift within you is undeniable. And the whole world will bow at your feet. This is what I see here for you. If you felt like this was your reading, leave a rose down below and say, every rose has its thorns. I understand the journey is meant to be so much bigger than I was made to believe it was. And I embrace the unknown as I continue to grow and evolve. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It will have everything you need in order to do so. And with that being said, I would like to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly powerful message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.